Good afternoon, family, and welcome back to another episode of Godspeed, where we provide you a weekly market overview for the Lexus LC500. Guys, we got an exciting lineup on tonight's episode because we have our first ever All Inspiration Series market review. I cannot wait to walk you through those. We've got all the luscious colors that Lexus has offered in 3 of the most beautiful Inspiration Series to date. I've got our LC500 video of the week coming from Hikari, the car girl, showcasing a beautiful build that feels heavily inspired by what the Lexus community has always imagined a LCF would look like. And this week's Aftermarket Showcase features E6 Carbon and a brand new custom carbon fiber steering wheel and paddle shifter offering from them. All right, fam, let's get into that episode. But before we do, hit the subscribe button to help us reach our goal of 650 subscribers by the end of the month. Also, share the video with any Lexus enthusiasts that you know, and make sure you like the video and hit the bell to get notified when a new episode or video drops. Fam, we've got a lot of exciting things dropping this month and this year, and I do not want you to miss a single thing. Okay, guys, let's go. All right, family, let's get into the market review for tonight. Like I said, I'm super excited because we've got All Inspiration Series, and let's face it, this is a first, and I'm excited to walk through each and every one of these with you. Okay, let's go to our first offering tonight. We have a beautiful 2018 year one first Inspiration Series ever in this gorgeous structural blue. And gosh, I just love it, right? I mean, this thing is clean. I just love how this color with the chrome accents or the polished accents, man, it just looks beautiful, right? This one obviously has the bespoke white interior, which is a unique color. I tell you, I need to go check this one out in hand, because if I'm not mistaken, this one's actually right here in my backyard, and I have never had the luxury of sitting in one of these vehicles in this particular bespoke white build. So I'm super excited about that one. But you know, we've got the blue interior, we got the orange interior, and the white interior on this one. Family, you see it right there, 10,000 miles on this gorgeous offering. Guys, this one has 0 accidents. This is a one owner. And of course, like you saw, we've got a little bit of goodies to report on, right? We've got the tent. And, you know, we've talked about how these Inspiration Series are built on different packages, right? So I hope you guys got a chance to see my package video. If you haven't, I'll absolutely have a link to that one in the comments, and I'll also have it tagged to the back end of the video as well, okay? But this one right here absolutely sits on, interestingly enough, it's like a blend of the touring package and the sports package, because we've got the touring package interior seats on this one, right? Which I just love the way that this thing looks. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. But we have the glass top on this one. Man, look at those carpets. Brand new, which, you know, I won't lie, guys. I ended up picking me up some carpets for mine over the Christmas holiday. And you know what? I love the all-weather you know, option for our cars, but I do love the carpet. It just looks amazing in there. It looks nice and clean. But this one's got the glass top, right? So that's the piece that we can tell that this one was kind of built on the actual sport package. You know, you've got those beautiful 21-inch wheels that obviously we love. And man, I'm just loving this one. Again, 2018 LC500. Obviously, we got the year one Inspiration Series, structural blue, that beautiful bespoke white interior, 0 accidents, one owner, 10,000 miles, tent, and built on that sports package, coming in at $69,997. Absolutely take a look at this one, family, right? Let me make sure who we got this one coming from real quick. Yep, sorry, this is actually in Pelham, Alabama, so I won't get a chance to take a look at this one. But, you know, it looks like they've got 5-star, over 100 reviews. So absolutely, family, if you have been waiting and looking for a, you know, an Inspiration Series with low miles and you wanted that year one approach, then definitely give these guys a call out here, okay? All right, family, our next one comes from, you know, this amazing, oops, sorry, family. We don't want that one. We definitely want, sorry, guys. The next one, guys, comes from, and I've got two offerings out here, right? I'm not going to walk through the higher mileage one, but what I will say is that if you're looking for an inspiration series and the $76,000 or $75,000 is out of your budget and you're okay with about 18,000, 19,000 more miles, then you've definitely got another option out here in Cincinnati, Ohio for $71,795. But because I know, we're talking about a collector's discussion car here, I wanted to make sure I got in front of you guys the one with the absolute lowest miles possible. Man, I'm telling you guys right now, yellow is not like, okay, my first color that I'm going to, but there is something about the way this car looks in yellow that is absolutely tantalizing. I mean, look at this thing. The car screams attention all day, every day. But when I tell you, if the new Transformer came out and this was Bumblebee instead of the Camaro owners, don't kill me. I'm just saying, I would not be mad. Could you imagine how amazing Bumblebee would look like with like a concept version LC500 in this doggone color? Again, I'm just saying, I'm all for it, right? This thing looks beautiful. Okay. All right. Back to the car. Family, we've got a 2019 LC500. Okay. This is the Inspiration Series for 2019. It comes in this gorgeous flare yellow. Look, I mean, again, this is just another color where the polished aluminum with this gorgeous flare yellow and the dark tint and the black accents that are already a part of this build absolutely shows out. Now, we talk about the package and how Lexus builds the Inspiration Series on different packages on different years. Here's a perfect example of that. This year was absolutely built off of the but the Performance package. You see the retractable spoiler back here. This one, instead of the glass top like the 2018, has the carbon fiber top. It's also got the carbon fiber seals, which of course the other one had as well. But the two pieces to call out that really help us understand that this is truly a performance package or a dynamic package is absolutely that retractable spoiler and the carbon fiber top. So I love that, right? I like that. You know what? If I pull up next to a Inspiration from 2018, you know what? He's going to be like, oh man, you got the retractable spoiler and you got the carbon fiber top. And then the 2019 guy is going to be like, oh, you got the glass top. I like that. I love that Lexus paid attention to the detail on that, right? And then kudos to these guys out here in Gravity. Now, I definitely might have to jump out here and take a look at this one because this is in my backyard and I have never been inside of the bespoke yellow offering, and so I want to see this thing up close and personal. So I will definitely, if I make it out here, guys, I'll show you guys some videos or some pictures of what I'm doing. But look how clean this thing is, man. I mean, this car is absolutely gorgeous. Sorry, I got all excited with the colors and everything like that, but guys, we're talking about 0 accidents on this one. It does have 3 owners, but we've got an amazing low 12,000 miles. And look at that white and black interior with the yellow Alcantara. I mean, come on, fam. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. Heck, I know that they sell the white shift knob on this one. If I didn't do carbon fiber on this bad boy, I'd pick up that white shift knob. I mean, that would be sick. Obviously we're gonna have to keep it clean. But gosh, look at this thing. I mean, it is absolutely beautiful. I think black interior on these cars is a great statement when it's incorporated with another color, right? So I love the fact that the bespoke, you absolutely get the black interior, but you get it incorporated with an alternate color. In this case, right, we've got this gorgeous white and yellow. So I'm absolutely loving this thing. I mean, yeah, come on, man. Come on. The white with the yellow Alcantara and the black. I mean, you got 3 color combinations. That's a sexy one. You can tell that at some point this one was L certified, so we got the L certification sticker on the top of it. It is not L certified right now, so I just want to make that correction, but I'm just pointing out that they still got the sticker in there for when it was. Now, here is one that, I've never seen a Lamborghini door in person, but I tell you what, this door, the way it's specced out right here in this color combination, absolutely makes you think that this bad boy could lift up vertically, right? Gorgeous door. Now, this one does not have the Alcantara, so we still have the aniline seats similar to what the 2018 one came with. But like I said earlier, right, we definitely get the carbon fiber seals, we get the carbon fiber, the retractable spoiler, and we get the carbon fiber hood. I mean, I love too how this white kind of brightens up the interior a little bit and helps you to see what's going on. And then, boy, does that yellow Alcantara on the side right there just stand out. What a tremendous package and offering. All right, family. So if you guys are looking for and I'm sorry, I meant to tell you that's coming in at $75,998. Okay. All right. So if you're looking for a 2019 LC500 Inspiration Series, flare yellow, bespoke yellow interior, 0 accidents, 3 owners, 12,000 miles, absolutely hit up these guys out here at Gravity Motor Cars in Marietta, Georgia. Okay. All right. And listen, gosh, this next one, right? Last week, we talked about a hard top, right? We spoke about a hard top that was coming in at $84,000. If I'm not mistaken, it's still on the marketplace, guys, which I'll be honest with you, I didn't anticipate that, right? But you guys know last week, I showed you a comp, which was a convertible 2022 for $101,000 or $102,000. So when this bad boy hit the market this week, you know I had to get it in front of you, right? Because I know some of you guys are actually looking for the convertible on this bad boy. And let's face it, a $6,000-$7,000 difference. Now I'll entertain that. If I'm looking for a convertible and it's a $6,000 or $7,000 difference, and you know I'm going to go in here and I'm going to negotiate, I'm going to try to get a couple grand off of this bad boy. But yeah, man, I had to get this convertible in front of you because, you know, let me run through the specs real quick, right? But we've got the 2022 Inspiration Series. I mean, done like no other one before it. Right. I'm not going to go into detail this week about it because I definitely did last week. If you want to know every single thing that's unique about this 2022 Inspiration Series, absolutely take a look at last week's video. OK, because I walk through every single detail. All right. But this one's got that gorgeous iridium metallic. So one of the things I did talk about last week, fam, is I was like, man, guys, if you've ever seen this in person, you know this is not a just iridium or a flat color, right? And so I did some research. It's absolutely an iridium metallic. So you see a lot of flakes, baby, in that paint job when you get up on it, and it absolutely looks gorgeous. This one has the bespoke black interior. So I love that tonight's offerings all have bespoke, you know what I'm saying, affairs or reflections on them, right? This one's the bespoke black. It comes with the accented dark rose color, red color that accents the black interior. Remember, I talked last week about how we got the stitching in this one. Again, I'm resisting to not go over all the details again because I just love it, right? Even this is probably the one and only one that has a unique ring that complements the dark rose color for the actual combination and the clock for this year, right? I love that we've got, I mean, this one right here, and I think this might actually even be different than the hard top, right? This one actually even has a little bit of difference on the I guess the mechanics here for the seatbelt holder, right? So absolutely love that. And then of course, guys, we got to talk about, you know, the elephant in the room on this bad boy, which is that gorgeous dark rose top. You know, this convertible with the dark rose top, yeah, it's definitely worth a premium, right? Like we were talking last week, I'm not saying it's worth a $15,000 premium, but guys, it's definitely worth several $1,000 premium. You will not, and you do not see something, a Lexus LC500 that makes this statement without that iridium metallic and that dark rose top on there. This is country club all the way, baby. All right. Okay, guys, that is our iridium metallic bespoke black 2022 LC500 Inspiration Series convertible, right? I think this one is actually 2 of 150. This one's got 0 accidents. It's got 1 owner, only 4,000 miles, okay? And it's coming in at $91,146. This one is in Augusta, Georgia. Guys, I wish it was a little bit closer because I would definitely like to get out there and take a look at this one. But the Mercedes-Benz of Augusta, Georgia is where you want to be looking if you're interested in this vehicle. Man, just a gorgeous offering. All right, family, that is our market overview for January 12th, 2024.
GodSpeed's Lexus LC500 pick of the week.
All right, fam, tonight's episode of the LC500 video of the week is coming from our sister Hikari the Car Girl out in Japan. I mean, I absolutely love this car. When I came across this, and you guys, I literally, just dig into all of the videos I can on the LC500, right, to look for videos like this right here, where someone has done something exceptionally unique, right? And like I told you guys in previous videos, we're looking not necessarily to replicate any of these builds, but sometimes we can get some tremendous inspiration. And the inspiration that comes to mind that I feel this builder is absolutely hit on is the renderings that all of us saw for the last several years when the height was at its highest for a possible LCF from the Lexus dealership, right? Let's walk through this video, guys, and get some kind of play-by-play as we go around this car. But look at this thing. I mean, it goes without saying, this car is absolutely gorgeous. I love the white exterior. I love all the gloss black, the carbon fiber. We got 22-inch wheels on here. I mean, we got a full carbon fiber kit. They've even got a wing on top of the wing here. I mean, this thing is as clean as it gets, right? So the first things that stand out, obviously, and I wish we didn't have some of the translation in the pink there, but when we look at this gorgeous carbon fiber hood, I mean, I would love to hear something from you guys about the carbon fiber bonnets, right? Number one, I love carbon fiber bonnet. I like the one that's got the little cuts on the side, and I would love to do that in the matching paint color of the car, but only keep the cuts in the hood exposed carbon fiber, right? I think that would look sexy. We see that done a lot on RDB with a lot of their top end vehicles. I think it would look tremendous on the LC500. It would be extremely pricey though, right? So now let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is this amazing front grille, right? This is absolutely the renderings, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to drop up a couple photos while we're going through this so that you guys can see what I'm talking about if you've never seen the renderings. But that little front vent, and it looks like this one is actually working. I mean, they done a tremendous amount of detail to get this thing, perfectly blended in to the front bumper as it has. This has got to be the best rendition I've ever seen, right? I love how it lines up right here with the emergency lights or the turn signals that come on our vehicle. I absolutely love that. I love that it's gloss black. I love they actually replicated the same cross stitch kind of, if you will, that we have in the front grille. I mean, it's impeccable, right? I mean, the build, whoever did the build on this, I mean, they're obviously talented, right? Because this looks like it could absolutely come from the factory like this, right? Now, when we look at the grille, this side air vent, right, I think it's slightly larger and a little bit different design than what we saw in some of the renderings for the LCF. But I still like it. I think, I think it's very aggressive and I do like it a lot. Now, these fenders right here, obviously, these are Aimgen. I love these things. I would do these all day. And this is kind of like what I'm talking about. I would like to see somebody do with the carbon fiber vents on the bonnet, right? You see this entire fender is actually carbon fiber, but what they've done is they've actually painted the rest of the fender and then just left this piece right here exposed carbon fiber, which I absolutely love. Got 22-inch wheels right there. Man, I mean, the blue calipers I think are super subtle, you know what I'm saying? But I love those as well. I mean, with all this black, they could have probably kept them black or even went with something that, maybe gives a slightly different effect. But again, I love them, right? But I love that fender. I could see myself getting a hold to some of those fenders. The only problem is again, getting them to be color matched to the rest of the car. Here we have the very popular and very sought after kind of M3 design mirror cap replacements. On the back end right here, right, she's actually got the diffuser on this car. We've got the Army Trex aftermarket exhaust. You can see the top, the rear covers right there from our friends at Carbon Addict. I think that is probably a TRD spoiler, if I'm not mistaken. But man, I mean, this just looks absolutely beautiful. And the badging is still back there. I think the badging looks tremendous as well. That's actually a pretty dope little spot right there to have some type of branding, right? I'm actually looking for a place on the LC500 right now to kind of put something that's representative of the channel Godspeed. And so that's actually a pretty dope little spot to do it, right? Now, she's obviously, this thing's got air suspension on it. That's obvious, right? But I think, man, I think with the exception, she didn't go into a lot of detail of the kit, but you know what I'm saying? I think obviously this thing being fully carbon is amazing. I'm going to jump a little bit to, because the inside, no changes on the inside. Let me jump a little bit because then she actually shows off the actual air suspension. Now, see, that would probably be my preferred all-day setting right there. But I'll tell you what, if I could drive the car in a setting like that right there, maybe a little bit lower on the front, and then be able to bring it down, yeah, see, for me, that right there, that's perfect. But then I think she's gonna take it down even lower, right? Yeah. So, but I won't lie. I mean, I could see myself, you know, if I had all those settings, I mean, that thing looks completely sick sitting the way it is right there. So, you know, I could see myself being a believer, but I can tell you right now, this is not your entry level air suspension. I mean, I've never heard of these guys, Air Force, but I can tell you that setup right there is definitely does not look like it's the $5,000 option. It definitely looks like something a little bit more aggressive, right? Okay, fam, again, I just wanted to get this in front of you guys. I'd love to hear what you think about it, right? You know, we got a lot of aspects that they've shown on this car. Obviously, we got the carbon fiber kit. We've got that AIM fender that we haven't seen a lot of. We definitely got that front bumper, and that's what I want to hear you guys' comments about. What do you think about that? If Lexus, just the front bumper piece, right? If Lexus incorporated that into the exterior designs of an LCF, do you guys giving it thumbs up or thumbs down? All right, let me hear what you think about that.
GodSpeed's Aftermarket Showcase.
All right, family, our aftermarket showcase this week is coming from our friends out at E6 Carbon. We're obviously not new to this company, but tonight I want to showcase because they have actually built a new custom carbon fiber steering wheel and paddle shifter package for us, right? And so they've actually been promoting this a bit, and I wanted to kind of tune in and take a look with you guys and see what you think about it, right? Especially for those of you who are looking at particular providers on how to replace your steering wheel. I'm still on the fence, right? What I do like about this one right here, though, that I've got to give them kudos on is that, listen, this one absolutely looks to either have used the core factory Lexus LC500 steering wheel. I love how we've got the same design here at the bottom, just like the Lexus LC500. I appreciate that we've got a little bit more like attention to detail. Obviously, they've changed the color of the stitching. Right here on the airbag cover, the Lexus emblem is in carbon fiber, but then we've got everything else blacked out. You know what I'm saying? I actually like these just being just regular, right? I've seen some of these, I feel, with the carbon fiber overlay, and I just think it's a bit much, right? Obviously this person right here has, not raw carbon, forged carbon, right? They've got forged carbon on this one. I can see if you peekaboo in the back there, you can see the twill weave carbon fiber shifters with the red indicator, which I think absolutely pops. I mean, I've got red interior on my car, and I don't think I would do anything like red Alcantara. I think I would go with exactly the way they've got this one spec'd out, right? I like the carbon fiber in here. I would probably do the twill carbon fiber instead of the forged carbon fiber, just because all of my carbon fiber pieces are of that format. But I like the red stitching here. I like the red stripe at the 12 o'clock. I like the red indicators here for plus and minus on the paddle shifters. I think we really just got a tremendous opportunity right here. So let's talk through it real quick, right? So your pricing goes from $800 to $2,350, and we're just going to go through this together and kind of spec this out a little bit. The pictures don't change, family. So, they're giving you an example of what probably the mock-up here looks like, or their first rendition. And then let's go down here and just see kind of the options that you can select. So the LED indicator, right? I've seen some of those. I feel like, I think people are going to like it or they're not, right? Personally, I would probably opt for no, because I don't want to get too busy on this build. And for the $300, I mean, I feel like we've already got the heads-up display. We've already got the gate, the cluster right there in front of us. I just feel like that's enough indicators for me to see switching, or just to get any playback from the driving performance, right? You've got the 2x2 twill weave. You got the forged carbon fiber, and then here's an option right here to do some exotic carbon fiber. So I think this is going to probably play in for anybody who wants to do like a blue carbon fiber or red carbon fiber, or let's just call it a colored carbon fiber to match any other pieces that you've done in your vehicle. So I love that they've got that option. And, for a $250 premium, I think that might be a bit much. I think I'd probably look to maybe add $100, especially in something like this, because the only pieces that are carbon fiber are just these guys right here, right? But again, I think we've got a tremendous opportunity, and I love the fact that this company's thought about the flexibility of what they would offer. I'm going to go with the 2x2 twill in mind. Now, the airbag cover, I like that they're giving you an option to leave yours alone, right? Now, particularly, I'd probably go ahead and for $50, I'd absolutely let them go ahead and finish this for me. Number one, because I really like the carbon fiber Lexus. I feel like the emblem, I feel like that's done extremely tasteful. I love that. The other piece that I love that mine particularly doesn't have from the factory is I like the colored stitching in here. Now, the one thing I'd have to ask myself, and I have to look a little bit more closely, is do I want a stitching color in my steering wheel that's different than the stitching that's in the rest of the car? And so my car has the red and black interior. It's that Rioja red interior, but it's got white stitching. So now that I talk it out a little bit, I'm still going to do the airbag cover, but I'm going to go with, when we get down here to the part to do the stitching, I'm going to do stitching that's probably white, just to match the rest of the stitching in the car, okay? All right, carbon fiber finish. You can do a satin, so a dry carbon, or you can do clear gloss. I'm going with that clear gloss. Now, I'm curious to know, too, if you do the satin dry carbon, is it still going to have some kind of protectant over it to where, this thing's going to be sitting in the sun whenever you're out, right? And for those who are not parking this car in a garage, then, that's going to get a bit of weather. And so we want to make sure that even with a satin, you still want to make sure you got some kind of clear coat protection, right? Maybe the clear coat is satin just as opposed to the glossy. So I'm going gloss clear on mine. The upholstery material, I think, this is where, let's face it, they give us a couple options here, right? Alcantara, I think that could be dope, especially in black, right? And here's why. If you guys know, the top of the speedometer is black Alcantara, right? Or tan, or let me not say tan. Let me stay with toasted caramel, right? I would love to see. Let me see if I do Alcantara. Let's see. Yep. We got all the colors to match all the interiors. Now that I think about it out loud, I do love the leather. I'd probably love to see some folks who played around with this a little bit, because I could see some Alcantara in a place that we're never going to touch hardly. And I think it will pull a little bit of that Alcantara look that we're getting on top of the speedometer as well. Either way though, right? I think perforated smooth leather, I don't know that you go wrong on any one of these options personally. But for the sake of arguments, let's do a smooth leather. And then the upholstery color, I'm going black on this one, because obviously we're just sticking with an all black wheel for the most part. I'm going to change that stitching to white, right, to match the rest of my car. And then the center guided stripe, I'm definitely going red on this. I think that's such a sexy ad, you know what I'm saying? And they got some colors, guys. Lime green, purple, orange. So whatever your interior is, man, they got it to match. I think the white would be pretty dope too. So we're going to go with red for my build. And then the paddle shifters, right? I love the fact right here now, interestingly enough, right here we get the option to do blue carbon, any of these colored carbons. And you know, that would be a pretty fun area to kind of play around a little bit, right? I could see maybe going red carbon on the paddle shifters, right? Bring a little bit more attention to what's going on those paddle shifters. Yeah, so I could definitely see playing around with that a little bit. That would be kind of dope, guys. If E6 Carbon, if you guys are listening, right? You know, this paddle shifter right here, maybe like for, you know, the dev team, maybe see if those guys can't, when you get down here to the paddle shifter, maybe let's create another image down here. And when the person's going through the paddle shift colors, see if you can render up some different, see if you can render up some different colors, these colors right here, to kind of give a person a visual on what they would expect to see. Or if you've done any of these paddle shifters in a different color carbon, maybe you can add those kind of down here. You can just put still images, right? Make them smaller pictures and drop them in right here so people could kind of get a chance to play around with that a little bit, okay? But for the sake of this build, I'm gonna go with twill carbon fiber and keep it all clean, and then boom, 1,800 bucks. Let's go. All right, so family, I think that, listen, for $1,800, right? We've seen a couple people out here, and I feel like $1,800 for the steering wheel and the shifter paddles, I think that's a solid price. I think it falls right in line with what we've seen from some other makers like Elvin's Carbon Fiber. You know, I think the cool thing now is going to be able to see maybe this bad boy in person, right? I think that would seal the deal, but I'm already impressed. I really love the way this looks, and I'll be honest with you guys, if I'm looking to pick up something, this would absolutely be one of my #1 contenders, okay? All right, family, I will make sure I've got the links to our friends out here at e6carbon.com in the description. If you guys are looking for a carbon fiber steering wheel option, absolutely take a look at these guys as a part of your search, okay? All right, family, that is our aftermarket showcase of the week. Fam, that is our episode for the week. I will have all the details of what we discussed tonight in the comments. You guys have a beautiful weekend. Godspeed.